guys, as you can see, we are continuing on in the room dedicated to the unfinished one. Like I mentioned in the last episode, they are made by the same company, after all.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
If you guys would like to see me play the unfinished one, I will gladly do it. It's somewhat similar to this, but not so sad, of course. It's actually very interesting.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, if it's going to play like... Yeah, it's sort of not going to play like it, boo. Is this going to be it? He went through a door. Doesn't really tell us how he really died. I mean,
Milton disappeared.
oh, unless he's supposed to be the king in the unfinished one. I wonder. Now that makes me want to go back and play the unfinished swan again. Just to see. Because that's basically the king's mark.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Just kind of want to go around there. I'm gonna guess we're gonna go that way, of course. The vases are in the way. I guess we have one more? Maybe two, if it's gonna let us see Edith. Or Edie, I guess. Hopefully, I
Mom
don't know.
definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
I must have looked in everybody's rooms. I got a trophy. I'm gonna go in this way, I guess. Or how does it want me to open that? There we go. I had to push up. Alright, now get in there.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah, I may have done a few drugs. You know, a room like this, I'm surprised there's like no journey reference.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
But unless the mountain's supposed to be, I know. That had a big thing for it.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh no.
He kept working at the cannery.
This is worse than Surgeon
But he
Simulator, I'm
withdrew
not gonna
half
lie.
himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Wander. Where's my fish? Get out of here. Yeah.
wander. I asked him
Okay,
to
other
describe
one.
it. He said he started small,
Oh god, this is kind of difficult, I'm not gonna lie.
imagining a labyrinth.
Oh god, this is like a Tale of
Feel
Two
his way
Brothers
about.
all over again.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
This is exactly like a Tale of Two Brothers all over again.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Yeah, schizophrenia? I understand you
But
don't
he found
drugs, but
something more.
still.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
I'm trying to focus on the fish.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
I'm not focused.
Like a whole new Lewis.
It may look like I'm focused.
So I let him go on.
I guess that's just how my brain
I
is
even
sometimes.
encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Whatever.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Token.
You know
Built
what?
the city up
This
slowly, brick by brick.
little mini game
Then he made musicians.
reminds me of Brothers, so who knows? Now, that game I have played on my
Songs for them to
channel.
play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always
I'm
humming
starting to get to a point where I'm trying to focus on
Every
one.
day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Fishy.
were all in his
Give me another
imagination,
fish. All the fish.
so he could do whatever he wished.
Fish.
He held an
Another
election
fish.
for mayor. And he won.
Fish. Level up.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Okay, where do I go? The fish.
It became a game for him.
Yeah, I'm still not liking this.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Now it's reminding me of Game of Thrones, the opening.
New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Fish.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, Lewis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Okay, this is just getting weirder. I'm not gonna lie.
The queen was on her own quest for...
Oh gosh, I'm stuck. Go with radiant rainbows.
Radiant rainbows.
I'm not doing a good job.
He followed the sound of her...
Yeah, she's totally doing the electric sitar.
electric sitar.
I'm gonna make her at least a little epic.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
And fish. Too many fish.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
I'm waiting for the moment his hand gets cut off.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
I really am.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
It's only a matter of time, I guess, before he dies.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Kinda gross.
He
But
began to
okay.
despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh. So he's not actually cutting fish.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
So he killed himself, basically.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
They kind of look like Journey characters.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Giant kitty. What's your name? Oh, it's supposed to be Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
That's kind of depressing. Well, more than kind of, but... Yikes. I'm guessing I go this way. I can't really go this way. I'm sure I need to go up there. But... Unless there's like another way. I wonder if there's a way that way. So that's not really saying too much, is it? Maybe I missed something in his room. Yes, I did. The door.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Probably when Edie passed then.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Really wish.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have come sooner.
I guess we're going to Edith's room.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Oh.
Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our lives.
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom set up the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Now we get to go in Edith's room. I see. This is the final room, really.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Well, that's rude.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I
Or
could
she
tell
knew
you,
we would be in here.
but there's only time for one.
It's kind of not
What
surprised.
happened on the night you were born.
Not surprised at all.
That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
That would explain why he's seen the shaking then.
No,
Or felt the shaking, I
I've
should
seen
say.
that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Of course.
I got turned around.
I had turned somewhere
For a while,
into a boulder.
I wandered.
That wasn't a nice
I
boulder.
started seeing things.
Things of a predictive future, I guess.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
I have a feeling we're almost done. Which isn't surprising because this is supposed to be a short
Things
game,
I
but
can't explain. But I need you to try.
Edith, what are you doing here?
man,
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
bad mom.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh,
After that, we moved around a lot.
that's sad.
We both tried to make the best of it.
I was doing so good.
A few years went by.
It's a shame
My
I can't
mom
blow
wouldn't
on it.
talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Oh,
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
I guess with the baby?
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
My gosh, I've already been born once. I don't need to be born again.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
No, I don't want to go.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh no.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Well, that's kind of sad. Poor Edith. And I guess that's it. Well, I dedicated it to her. Well guys, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I sure did. And I will see you in the next series, hopefully.